Hello everyone and welcome to another video from Kazamaza Chess channel. First, allow me to apologize for not making any videos recently, but I was really busy this week. So today, Saturday, I decided to make two videos. In my first video, I would like to show a Blitz game which is sent to me by a friend of mine on lightchess.org. His name is RookCeps. And of course, usually I don't show Blitz game on my channel, but when your opponent is above 2200 and you actually beat him, so it's definitely worth showing it. And before I show you this game, I would like to say something about RookCeps. He's a really, like, I call him the chess machine, because he can play like 9 hours classical time format chess while keeping the same powerful performance on the board, and really surprise you with his games. So he's a really quite strong player, and I always enjoy watching his games. So without further ado, let's check out chess machine game. So RookCeps playing with white, and his rating around 1800, and as I said, his opponent around 2200. And he opens with e4. So we have c5, the Sicilian defense, and here this weird move already, c4. It's kind of similar to the English opening, but you will see the idea behind it. Of course, the first idea is trying to have more grip on the d5 square, but let's see how it goes. So knight c6, knight c3, g6, g3, bishop g7, bishop g3, Bg2. Both players flank to their bishops. E6, d3, and already you have this really nice powerful reverse triangle pawn structure. And I always like to see love to see this triangle pawn structure in the center of the board. It's really powerful. And here, of course, Black, his dream in this position to be able to push d5, but in this case it's impossible. So knight e7, knight e2, both players developing their knights. And here, instead of pushing d5, he pushes d6. Of course, this is due to the c4 pawn that white plays earlier in the game. And if white somehow pushes d5 here, of course he will lose the exchange. Let's say, for example, captures, knight captures, and knight captures back. Of course the queen can't capture due to the strong bishop on g2. So let's go back. Instead, Black played the d6, white castles, black castles, and a3. a3 is a really important move, and for two reasons. First, it denies the black knight from coming to b4 and start harassing this very important pawn on d3. And the other reason, of course, is preparing to push b4 later in the game. Black plays a6, rook to b2, to b1, sorry. And this is also for two reasons. First, you always want to stay away, to move your king from this very strong bishop on g7 on this diagonal, and also preparing this b4 pawn. Rook b8 from black, opposing white rook on the b file. And as planned before, black takes, white takes, and b5 from black. So white also takes, black takes, and bishop to c2. And here you can immediately goes for bishop e3 instead, trying to control this diagonal, not allowing that for black to activating his queen. But okay, maybe he wanted to defend this knight on c3. So black played knight d4, white captures, black captures, and knight to e2 attacking the bishop. So bishop back to g7, and now bishop to e3, as the idea goes for having grip on this square and not allowing the queen to come here. And also another idea to push your queen to d2, and later on maybe try to trade those dark square bishop. As I said earlier in my previous video, that whenever your opponent as black has this dragon the dragon variation, this bishop is always useful for you to trade it, because this bishop is most powerful black defender. So okay, black developed his bishop, and king to h1, simply improving the position of this king. Knight to c8, and white push f5, knight b6, queen d2, knight a4, and bishop to d4, trying to exchange those dark square bishops. So black takes, which I think maybe not a good move for black, but okay. Knight takes back, and here we have this queen on b6. Since the bishop is not there, so the black can activate his queen, and knight back to e2. Of course, here if white has stayed his queen on g2, on g1, the white couldn't retreat his knight because of the pin. So sorry about that. So this is really a good move from white to improving his position of the king. So anyway, knight to e2. Black tried to control the c file with his rook. Whenever you have an open file in chess, you need to control it with your rook. It's always good for you. So white push f5, black takes, white takes, and here black didn't take back. Or maybe it's I think it's a mistake here, but rather black tried to play more actively, and he played rook to e8, tried to have on control on this semi-open file, on semi-open e file. So he will have his two rooks controlling the open files. Of course, which is a good idea after all. So white didn't take also. He pushes f6 and queen to e3, trying to trade the queens and to bring his rook to this third rank. White takes, and as planned, played rook to e3, knight to e4, and this is this is where the show begins, really begins, and you will see this how really nice tactic. So knight to c3, attacking the rook on b1, rook back to a1, controlling this the a file. So attack black try to attack the knight on f4, and knight to h5, allowing black to capture this pawn on d3. But he plays bishop to d4, sorry. And here this really nice move. I mean, you can't understand it really how what was RookCeps thinking when he played this knight to g7, because as you can see, black already has all his pieces at trying to attack your king, and when you have this sort of attack, you need all your pieces as well to try to defend it. And here, of course, the other rook is coming to the second rank, and it will be devastating for white. So sorry about that. So to put this knight on G7, and you are playing Blitz game, that means you don't have too much time to calculate all the moves. But RookCeps, the chess machine, obviously find the best moves here. So Black grab a pawn, E3, H3, sorry, attacking the bishop, bishop attacking the rook on F1, rook F2 F2, Black take another rook, and here this really powerful nice move, really beautiful move, knight to F5, and attacking the rook on G3, and also threatening to play knight E7 and forking the king and the rook, and this is really nice move. So here Black tried to avoid this and played rook back to D3, and it was all over in this move. White plays E7 forking the king and the rook, and in this position Black resigned the game. If the engine gives white here plus 7.8, this is totally winning for white, totally winning for white. I really love this game. I really love this amazing tactic. I mean, here how he tried to how did he calculate this knight to G7, and he wanted to for Black to remove his bishop from this diagonal, so he can comes to this square. Then Black trying to attack his rook, and it was a mistake actually, and which that gives white the opportunity to play this F5 and then going to E7, and white and Black here I think just acted greedy, and he grabs another pawn, but those pawns are not for free, as always in chess. Nothing is for free. You need to pay the price for every move you make, you know. And then here F5 attacking the rook, and of course you don't want to trade it to lose your rook, so you move it back, and then this fork, and Black resigned the game. And and let's not forget his opponent, 2200 plus player, is not like average player at all. I mean, there are some real professional players this rating, you know. So RookCeps chess machine, congratulations on this beautiful win, and on this beautiful tactic, and I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and really you can learn a lot from it. And please, I would like to know your opinion on this game. And also I would like to say something for everyone who is sending me your games. Please do put the link in the comment below, because as you know, it's really hard to keep the archive on for the mails I'm getting on light chess, because it's not like having a professional mail system on light chess. So I don't want to lose any of your games, so it would be really nice if you can, and it would be easier for me if you can put the link of your games in the comments below, and let me know what you think about this game. And thank you for watching, and I will see you again with another video. Thank you again, and I will see you soon.